Congressman Holden is, has taken the position of pro-life. Congressman Holden also has voted for embryonic stem cell research, which is not in the platform of any pro-life group I know. Congressman Holden also voted for money to Planned Parenthood, which has decreased his standing in the national right to life movement. Because we know, you and I all know, that some of that money is used for abortions. Congressman Holden also supports the most liberal leadership in this Congress, Nancy Pelosi. And Congressman Holden also is going to have to support his presidential candidate. And his presidential candidate, when he was in the Senate in Chicago, voted to allow infants born of botched abortions to die without even being touched or caressed or held. They had to be left, not touched, to die where they lay. He voted to support that because he was afraid of Roe v. Wade being compromised. You know, I found out about the rest of that. I knew he voted against medical care, but I didn't know at the time that that vote included the fact that, or that bill was, that you couldn't even pick the child up and hold it as it died. So I and my leadership, for the most part, support life, do not support partial birth abortion, and will work to shore up families. The other thing that his leadership doesn't support is school choice. I also support school choice. I also support your family's ability to educate you at home. Cyber schools, schools that fail our kids, schools that fail the future of our country. That's got to stop. Congressman Holden voted against charter schools, school choice for the Washington, D.C. people. So our values in that end differ greatly. It is about school choice. It is about offering families in failing schools the opportunity to move their kids to schools that maybe help them succeed or take them out. And homeschool, charter school. And it is about life for me. Tim is kind of wishy-washy on some of the other major social issues, and we're going to have to wait and see what position he takes so that I can tell you how he differs, because he won't come out and say it. So I am pro-family, I am pro-life, and I think that most of my leadership is. And I also need to tell you something else. When I go to Washington, if I keep talking the way I'm talking, my office will be in the ladies' room of the Rayburn building, because I make people sometimes in my own party a little upset. Because I want to be, I am a Republican, and my values are the Republican Party values. But I disagree with some of those people, some of the other people in Washington on some of these issues that are of my own party. So I want to be a strong voice and a real voice for the families of my district. And I also have term limited myself to 8 years, 4 two-year terms, which is the length of a presidency. And we have lost our way here. I think our congressmen and senators in some cases have lost their way, but we, the people, have lost our way. We have been asleep at the switch sometimes when things have been happening to our government. And it's not just our government, it's the future of our families. It's our life that's at stake here. And we don't pay attention all, and we're busy. Life takes over. You know, living, working, going to school, eating, sleeping, cooking dinner, much of which I'm not doing anymore. As I'm running for office, life takes over and we get busy and we get, somebody else will do it. When I hear somebody today say, I don't want to register, I work with these ladies here at registration tables, and we approach them and they say, are you registered? No, and I'm not going to vote. What did people like Matt and others go to war for? What are they fighting for? For people who won't get up and vote? So we're in trouble. And I want to go down and represent the people. And if I'm there a year, if I'm there 1 term, 2 years, and you say, Toni, you're doing a lousy job, and I want you to tell me that, send me home. Send me home. And we need to do that with all our representatives. You don't like the job they're doing, stand up and be counted. But it's not about a job. It is about service. Matt said it, he wants to continue his service. Once upon a time, as a Pennsylvania State Police trooper, I took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and to lay down my life if necessary, rather than swerve from the path of duty. That's part of my call of honor. I meant it with everything in me. And today I tell you that I want to go down and do the job, and I'm not Pollyanna, and I'm not Mary Poppins, and I'm not blind, but I have an idealism. I can't even use the word hope. It makes me nuts right now. But I have an idealism. I have an idealism that people will pull together and make this country work and continue on, because now we've been shaken up a little bit. Now we're seeing things. Although, remember 9/11, how shook we all were then? What happened? What happened? This is America. Let's gather together. I still get goosebumps when I hear the national anthem sung by somebody like Riley, and I think about what those words mean. This is about service. I want to go down and serve the people of this district. And if you vote for me and elect me, I will do so. And if you don't think I am, get rid of me. Get rid of anybody who's not doing the job. That's what it's about, service. And I don't know. Someone says when you get down there, the air changes. I don't know. I've been in some pretty weird air circulation systems. I think I can handle that. And I know that I'm going for 8 years, and that's why I think term limits are important. See, I'm not going to go down there and have to find ways to bring back money to big businesses so I can get their support at election time. Because I know I'm going to be there 8 years. And you know who's going to vote for me? All the big money folks have their big checks, and they're donating them to Tim Holden and others like him. And that's okay. They have a right to give their money to whomever they wish. But, you know, I'm probably not going to get any of that. Haven't yet. I can't imagine it's going to start rolling in now. But the point is that it makes me a little more free to go down and do what I'm supposed to do, and that's represent you and everybody, including those businesses and those people that work in those big enterprises. Everybody. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. I need to tell you that I'm out working every day, very hard, and but we're knocking on doors and we're making phone calls and we're reaching the people, because again, those big companies have so many people in them. But I hope that I'm out reaching everybody in this district that cares about the future of our country and the future of the district. And that's the other thing. You're not voting for me just to go to Washington to represent the 17th district. The issues that I vote for will reflect upon the entire country. Those decisions that Tim votes for, Congressman Holden, I don't mean to be disrespectful, Congressman Holden votes for. He votes for issues that impact every one of us and everybody in America, like dope drilling. Like let's raise taxes. Let's keep raising them. And let's have earmarks and pork money to distribute as we want to distribute it. So, I hope that answered your question. My values are conservative and will stay such. And I can't imagine me changing at this late stage of my life. And God bless my mother. People that knew her, she was what she was. And